Alright, so I'm doing this video unedited, uncut, whatever. And I just want to let y'all know that I was raised Southern Baptist, so I was raised in Mississippi. So I was raised with all the morals and values of the Christian church via Southern Baptist. And I'm now an atheist in my late 20s, going into my 30s. So if that tells you anything, it does. So I just want to say, though, that as someone who grew up in the church and is now separated herself from the church, that what really bothers me about the abortion talk going on right now amongst everybody is that for some reason people think abortion is only for people who want to have sex recklessly and then get rid of the evidence. But it's not like that, okay? It's not like that at all. I have had family members have children in utero who would not survive. And I've had family members who went through with it via their religion, which that's their own choice and that's their own thing. And I respect that. And then there's other people in my family who saw what was going to happen to their baby and they got an abortion because it would be worse for the baby. And the thing is that, like I said, people think that when they hear the word abortion, they just think someone reckless and irresponsible got pregnant and wants to get rid of it. No, there are medical things going on, okay? Like, I mean, birth is scary enough as it is, but when you put into the fact that some of these babies aren't viable, like they develop with only half a brain, and they'll live 2 minutes outside the womb. And some women, there was one woman specifically, who her baby was going to grow in utero. The bones were going to break in the baby, okay? And she maybe could have carried to term, but was most likely going to miscarriage. But the baby would be in pain the entire time. Now, tell me this. Do you think getting an abortion would have been worse, or having this woman go through the pregnancy and have a miscarriage, which is a horrific event? I've luckily never had the terror of going through that, and I really don't. But these poor women, they're essentially being forced to have miscarriages. Like, their babies aren't viable, okay? So one of two things is going to happen. Either one, they're going to make it all the way through the 8 to 9 months, and the baby's going to get here, and it's not going to live. And that's absolutely terrible. The other thing is that the baby's going to die in utero. Terrible, yes. But with the abortion, you can stop that baby's pain, and plus any health issues the mother has. And it's like, people are saying, oh, well, the Bible says this, the Bible says that. I don't know if you know this, but in the original Jewish Bible, women are allowed to get abortions if it impacts their health, because the baby isn't seen as a person until it's here. Because you never know, especially in those times, you never knew what was going on with the child inside you until you gave birth to it. So I just can't wrap my head around the fact that these men who are putting babies in women, like, for some reason, they're attacking women. They want to put restrictions on us for travel, for abortions, for medically important abortions, not just, oh, I got pregnant and I can't take care of the baby. No, like, this is like, if I carry this child to term, I will either die, lose a lot of blood, or this child won't make it. Those people are being affected by this, and I do not understand why only women are getting pinned for this shit. Especially when, like, a woman can get pregnant with a baby, and then she's pregnant for 9 months, but a man can impregnate 100 women if he wants to, and no issue is seen there. I don't understand why there is such a big issue with people wanting to have contraception, with, sex ed classes. I don't understand it. People need to be informed. People get STDs, people get raped, people get, We need education. I'm in Mississippi, okay? We are the last, if not second to last, in education. And I can tell you right now that the only thing they taught us, and I didn't attend one of the science classes that taught the birthing video, because somehow we missed that in my class. But the only sex ed we were taught was don't do it, you'll get diseases, and you'll get pregnant. Abstinence. That's all they're teaching. Florida's trying to pass a thing now where they're saying, only teach abstinence or at your own discretion. People, I guess people, when they think of children in school, are thinking of elementary school kids. Do you not know that the age of consent, especially in Mississippi, is 16? You know how old a 16-year-old is? A 16-year-old in Mississippi is in 10th to 11th grade. And they're telling me that those kids don't deserve sex education. They don't deserve how to use a condom correctly. They don't deserve to be told, when you are being used and abused in a relationship, or, any of that thing. And it just, as someone who lives in Mississippi of all places, abortion's already been outlawed here. I've never had to have one, luckily. But my fiance, he wants to move to Texas. And he's like, Texas is great. Texas is awesome. Cool. Yeah, for a man. Like, if I go to Texas, let's say something happens and I get pregnant, which I do want a second kid, so I don't mind getting pregnant again. But let's say something happens medically and I cannot have that kid at the end of my pregnancy. Well, I'm stuck circling the drain. It's not just I can't get an abortion. It's like pills to help you deal with what's going on can be termed as abortion pills. I'm not just talking about Plan B. There are pills out there that help women go through what's going on here, but they are also termed abortion pills. And it takes so long for the clearance to happen that some of these women end up just miscarrying anyway before they're able to get help. One woman in Texas, I just saw a news report about it. I think she was the woman in Texas who was trying to get an abortion, had to go to Kansas. But she ended up miscarrying anyway because she was trying to get this drug, not verified, but they were trying to okay, yeah, you need this drug. But it took so long that she miscarried anyway. And that it took her, you're supposed to get 30 minutes after birth for this specific thing she had going on medically, where she was losing blood. And because the doctors didn't want to lose their jobs and their reputations, they had to call lawyers, do all this and that to see if they could even do it. And she lost a lot of blood. She didn't get the treatment done until 2 hours later, which, when thinking medically, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time, especially when you're bleeding out. And this woman could have lost her life, all for an inviable child. And I don't understand this at all. This is America. This is America. Okay? 15 years ago, we were like, ooh, Sharia law. How could they treat women like that? And here we are doing the same fucking thing. I don't understand it. Okay? I really don't. All right? And I really, really hope, I'm not saying vote for Kamala, vote for Trump. I'm just saying whoever goes into power needs to fucking think about us too. Because we are half of the population in America. Okay? You may think just guys matter, I guess, but we're the ones who give you people. You need to think about us too. What the fuck is going on, man? I don't even know. I am so angry. I cannot believe that the God-given America that I have grown up with has resulted to this. I really don't know what to say anymore about it. It's just exhausting. And all I'm going to say is that if Republicans want to win, they have to think about us, women, minorities, whatever. We are all part of America. This is ridiculous. There was a guy eating fucking chicken nuggets saying, "Show me the woman bleeding out in the parking lot." Do you need the proof? It's every day. Like, just because you have a highly religious religion as over the government and everything doesn't mean that things are going to go swimmingly. Do you know in the Philippines, specifically the Philippines, they are like 90% Catholic, and there are women going to black markets for abortion pills, and they aren't abortion pills like, oh, this is a recommended abortion. No, these are just pills you are getting and hoping it causes an abortion. And like, is that what you want us to be? Do you want women going into the black market or going down these alleys and getting drugs and just taking pills or coat hangers and hoping that it causes what it needs to cause for them to get on with their day? I do not understand the thinking. Like, I just don't. So, vote. Fucking vote. If you're not registered, fucking vote. Or tell your representative what you fucking need in your state. And as me, a person, I don't want to move anywhere that inhibits abortion, because I would never have an abortion for an unwanted child. I would never have an unwanted child. I love any child I would get pregnant with. I would love and treat the same as my other kid. But you're not thinking about the medical side of it. There are women who cannot have pregnancy, cannot give birth. They're having miscarriages left and right, and you just want them to go through it? Like, if you ask any man who has been married or with a woman who had a miscarriage or not a terminated pregnancy, but like a pregnancy that they had to wait it out, give birth, and see that it passed away, that man would say, I would not want my wife, daughter, mother, sister to go through that. And that's where I think the disconnect is. I don't understand why this is such an issue. Why is it such an issue? We deserve health care. This is some bullshit, man. I hope you enjoyed this TED Talk, because I'm fucking pissed. And I cannot wait for voting season, because you bet your ass I'm going to be at the poll.